Now, pizza dough. So we're just going to click on there. When you click on a recipe, you can scroll up and see all the ingredients and all the steps, what to do, and even hints and tips. If we go back up, we can just say start cooking. So it tells me to preheat my oven to 220 degrees. Also line a baking tray, which I've done. Usually, you can add garlic cloves if you want to. We're intolerant to that, so I'm going to skip that step. It's asking for 3 sprigs of rosemary, which we're just going to add in the top. And then insert measuring cup. It's asking me to scrape down the side. You'll see that it takes a few seconds for the arms to lift up. That's just a safety procedure. Just our rosemary has been chopped there. We're going to chop it a little bit more. What I like is I can just press next and it tells me exactly what to do. Spin it around to speed 7. Just say next. So it's telling me to transfer it into a separate bowl. Look there, within 8 seconds, all chopped up nicely. And I wish you can smell the beautiful rosemary smell. Okay, so here we start. It's asking me to put 220 grams of water in. As I pour the water in, you can see the scales move up. Oops, 26, close enough. 1 teaspoon of raw sugar. That just helps to activate the yeast. Then it asks for 2 teaspoons of dried yeast. Okay, next, insert measuring cup into mixing bowl lid. So that's actually the measuring cup into mixing bowl lid. I just always remove the whole lid. It's easier for me. And now, what it's doing now, it's telling me it's going to be 2 minutes at 37 degrees at speed 1. So we're actually warming up the water to body temperature to activate the yeast. With the Thermomix, it's ideal that we can choose a temperature and it will be at that exact temperature. Our yeast is activated. So next, we're going to add our baker's flour. So that's just activated our yeast for us. When you start measuring, just always tare. So you start from 0. We're going to add our baker's flour. $400. We're going to add our olive oil. So as I'm pouring in, it's measuring. Rather stop just before you hit the mark. Quite difficult to pour it out again. Okay, and then a teaspoon of sea salt. I just have my Himalayan rock salt that's been crushed. And we're putting back. Now it's on the dough function. With the dough function, every minute of kneading is like 1,000 of these. So this can save you quite a bit of time. I've prepared one earlier and look how beautiful it's risen already. So all I did to get a warm space is I took my thermo server and rinsed it with boiling water, then dried it out and put my dough in there and left it there to rise. Because in our beautiful Melbourne weather, as you can see, it's raining and cold at the moment. We can't always predict if there's going to be a sunny spot to put your dough in. This one, I'm just going to keep for us and roll it out into pizza dough, into round pizzas for use later. Look at our beautiful dough, 2 minutes, and we've got dough done. So I'm going to move over here to this is not quite my silicone bread mat, but I've used that one. So to get the dough out, just flip it over, loosen your blades, let the blades drop in, and then you can just clean the blades like you would with blue tag. There we go. I pretty much got everything off there. The recipe says to make 2 balls, cover it in your silicone bread mat. I think this one would work too. I've never used this one. And then, as I said, you'll rinse your thermoserver, warm boiled water, and then put your dough in there. Now look at this. I can hardly get it out. It's stuck. There we go. So look how much it's risen. Doesn't that look yummy? And then I can easily remove the dough. So as I said, this one, I'll let that proof in a minute in my thermoserver, and just make pizza, roll it out as pizza bases and just freeze them as is. And when I need them, I'll just take them out the freezer and use them. This one's just going to become like a bread. And I'll just shape it. I like rustic. This is when you would put your rosemary on top. I'll do it in one little bit of it, and just massage it in there. As I said, my kids aren't crazy about that, so they can have that half. Hubby and I can have the rosemary half. So we're going to stick that in the oven for 10 to 20 minutes, see when it's done. Let's do that now. So let's have a look and see what our pizza looks like. Pizza bread. Oh, yummy. Look at that. That looks beautiful. So I'll just show you, it's really hot still. But, oh, it smells like yum. I would recommend waiting for it to cool down a bit. Just want to show you.